up you guys, welcome back to another Sunday breakdown. So if you're new here, please just subscribe. So the first pair is gonna be US dollar and Chinese yuan. I haven't traded this pair before. This is my first time to trade this pair, but it seems like it doesn't have much history. Start from February 2012 till a little bit now, so I'm just gonna work with that. So what we have is sort of like a triangle, and the prices already tested once, twice, and the third time that it actually broke above. So it seems like price now, we have a bias of moving to the upside instead. So on a smaller time frame, I'm gonna show you now. Let me just go to a 30-minute time frame because that's what we're gonna be trading this week. So this is the blue line that I was actually counting the times that price is already tested and it actually broke. So it just broke like in August, so like August the 2nd, that's when it actually broke. Came back to test again the following week on 13th August. Then from there it didn't come back down for like, this is the third time that it's actually coming back down. So from 2 September, and we have been dropping till now on the today is actually the 15th, so the 15th of September, that's where we are now. So what I'm looking for is either consolidation, price moving in a consolidation area from this area to here, then we can actually put it downside. So the overall movement, it has to be to test this area, then we can actually move to the upside. So either we can have price movement like this, then move to the downside, come back up, maybe move something like this, then we can actually have sort of like a head and shoulder. So with the left shoulder, then we have the head over here, then we have the right shoulder, then we can actually put it downside. Or we can have price moving, in this wedge like, then move here, then shoot to the upside, consolidate, move again to the upside. So that will be the two scenarios that we're gonna be having. So for now, I'm gonna buy, but I won't expect much movement to the upside. So it's a buy only up to here. So even if you buy now, you're gonna get something like what? Let me check. The only problem that you have if you buy now, it's like where to place your stop loss. So if you buy now, you can have something like the 3%. So it's really the smallest thing that you can actually get over this week. So you can buy here, take profit here, and the hard thing that you can have is where to place your stop loss. Because like, if you go on much smaller time frame, let's go on a 15-minute time frame. I don't really go lower than 15 though, but if you go on a 15-minute time frame, then you have to adjust your stop loss up to here. Then you just have to have your resistances like this, sort of like a wedge. So if any time price decides to move to the downside, it can only move up to here, then from there it can actually shoot to the upside. So for now, my buy is still like a little bit bullish till here, then from there I can look for sells only up to this area. So over the last 2 weeks, we actually saw gold falling from the highest high that it had in years actually. So it had like almost the same structure as what we have on eurgbp, so almost similar structure from this area. So we have this highest high that we had, this was the neckline for this area. So what we were expecting is price to just hit here, then it goes back to the downside. So it sounds like it did, and this was actually our limit for the moment. So I'm just gonna show you on a small time frame what we're looking for. So we have an ascending channel towards that resistance and prices to drop. So pretty much when I usually trade this, I have to take my take profit a little bit low here. So around this area, that's when I take my take profit. So this is a little bit steeper, so I don't really think price is gonna reach that end. What it can do is break here, maybe end at this resistance. That's why I actually draw this resistance, because we have 1, 2, the third touch over this area. So it doesn't really seem that price is gonna break this resistance that has like 3 forces over this area, you understand? So I don't think price is gonna reach, or this target. It can actually only move up to here. So on a small time frame, what we'll be looking for, so like last week, if you saw our analysis on euro USD, not euro USD, I mean to say gold euro. Gold euro had a similar structure. So once it broke up, once it broke this resistance, this resistance, it was unstoppable. So you can see price reaching here, consolidate, continue downside. You understand? So what we have here is sort of like a head and shoulder. So we have left shoulder, head, then right shoulder. So we're waiting for price just to break this area, then from there push to the downside. So smaller time frame, again, another scenario that you can actually get the same scenario, sorry, but like just a different version that you can actually get. So we already had price pulling back to this area. Instead of pulling straight to the upside, it started making a consolidation and alignment with this resistance. So as you see something like this, as you see price just impulse correction, impulse to the downside. So you have sort of similar structure as this. So from this somewhere here, then it continues to downside. That's almost as this. Understand? Price from upside, consolidation, consolidation, watch the downside, consolidation, continue again to the downside. So what we'll be looking for is price just to pull down, consolidate, and pull down again. So for gold, I'm still on a sell bias. I know like it really looked like this is the resistance, and price is gonna pull back, like how here, as you can see here, what had happened is like price moved in a consolidation, like in a sort of like consolidation pattern, then just hit this resistance, went to the outside. So instead of just pulling to the resistance, pull back straight away, it formed like a head and shoulder, consolidation, alignment with the resistance, instead of just testing it and pull to the upside. So that's what I'll be looking for gold. Going to the next pair. So euro pound. So we had this trade. It took us like 7 days. Not 7 days, but 8 days, I guess. So we actually traded this consolidation. So I just took something like this. I will show you how. So from this area to here, this consolidation drops something like this, then that's almost the same thing as what we had here. If you try to expand it, you see we have almost the same thing here. So you have price moving upside, consolidation, move to the other side. That's why I actually took my take profit only up to this area. So it ended up moving out of the prediction, but still it was still the same thing. So our take profit was up to here. So now I think it's now time for us to look for buys, because we had this resistance being broken. And if you looked at this as a head and shoulder, so I'll just adjust this and put this as a neckline. So if you took this as a head and shoulder, so from here, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline, then you have your returns from somewhere from here up to the highest high. That's something like 2.3%, right? So up to here, as you can see, that's something like 2.3%. So for the head and shoulder, we have already taken our returns, and this is the maximum returns that you can get from a head and shoulder, if you understand me. So this week, what we'll be looking at, I'm looking for buys. So first, let me just delete everything that is on this chart, then I can show you on a smaller time frame what we'll be looking forward for. So on a 1 hour time frame, what I want from this is I'll draw a channel for you here, like this. So we have the highest high that we have 1, 2, then the third one is going to be somewhere around here. So the lowest lows that we have support something like this. So it'll be something like this. So it seems like price is already touched for the last time on the resistance, which is going to be our support over this area. So we have 1, 2, third, fourth touch over this area. So what I'm looking forward for is price to pull back a bit. So pull back from this area, go towards this resistance, consolidate a bit, continue, then we can have another fall to the downside. So that would take like a little bit more days, so that will be 2 weeks again. So 2 weeks for price to move from this area to here, or it can actually just shoot to the upside straight away, then come back a little bit slower. So for euro pound, it's actually a buy from this area going to the upside. So sorry, so by position, I'll just check how much percentage you're going to be looking forward for, so you can just adjust your loss, then you can get something like 1.2%. So if price moves to here, but that's still fine, you just take this, you just have to take this as the highest high that you get in this channel. So price will just move a little bit slower, I guess, to here, then you're good to go.